Hey friends, it's a pretty low energy kind of day, very low power mode, as Oscar from Summer Camp Island might say. I'm sitting here, if you're not on YouTube, I'm sitting here in my Godzilla Kigu that I got from Cypher Noir. And it's pretty fucking lit, but it's fucking hot. So I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. The reason why I'm so low power is because last week it was so last week was so exciting and encouraging. I got that new live studio access, and we watched a lot of cartoons and told a lot of stories, and it was a lot of fun. And then Ro got hit by a brick, and then it made the whole internet explode with discourse about whether or not Black women are deserving of empathy, um, or not. And then, like a fucking wave, like just like a waterfall, like everything I saw, I tried to avoid it. You know what I mean? I hit not interested. I scrolled on. I watched videos of creators that I follow and mutuals with, and listen to their opinions. And then I decided to just like put my phone down. I just decided to watch YouTube videos, and it's just all this discourse about race. And that's my algorithm. I like reading about it, but I feel like I've been trapped by it. And like it is definitely my own fault, and I'd rather be informed, you know what I'm saying? But every once in a while, it takes a toll on you. And then I the straw that broke the camel's back though was I saw a Reddit story, and I will not read it here, and I encourage you to see what my TikTok said. I got really like I went to actually what I posted on TikTok about how I was really feeling, and it like made me like. But what led up to that though was that somebody asked me a question about the Pixar theory, which is like my absolute favorite thing to talk about besides cartoons in general and Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? And when I went to go make their video, I was so low energy, I offended myself. Like, I was like, what is going on with me? And then it was at that second that I realized that I was way more, over, burdened or like burned out than I realized. And then, so I tried making other videos, making other content. And then I was just like, I have to get this off my chest. And then it took me literally 3 hours to make that one video because I kept crying. I cried harder. I cried less, but was incoherent. I kept leaving out things I wanted to say, you know what I mean? And then I finally got it out, and just kind of really did fuck off for the rest of the night. And until and I like watched cartoons and had a sudden realization as I was watching the cartoon, like it came back, the subject came back. It's like it haunts me. And then today I was getting ready to uh sit with you guys, or no, I was on my lunch break or something, and a commenter came through, someone who follows me, who said that maybe I should have just scrolled on, and why couldn't I have just scrolled on? And I'm just like really shook by how callous that is, from me asking you in the get-go to please let me be for real right now, and your fucking response to me was to scroll on. I did. I went on to the next one and the next one and the next one, and then I got off of the internet entirely. And then I encountered it again. Sometimes my family asks me to look at things. I have a message from my aunt right now, two of them, both aunts, twins. Like, I have messages from that I haven't even opened yet because I can't even bring myself to look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because it hurts. It hurts seeing this much pain against people who look like me and from people who look like me. And so I'm just fucking tired. So I wanted to do this episode. The theme is going to be men who have regrets, because I feel like it's fucking insane that this a level of pain can be wrought on us, and for what? You know what I'm saying? How many people are teaching these men how to finesse women and all this other shit? And now we're having like an epidemic or something of like lonely men in their 40s because they adopted these red pill podcaster ideas and blew up their entire lives. And yet people still are flocking to following these teachings, even though people are literally losing their minds, losing their lives and their wives and their children. And I'm just like, I said recently, I made a video about Adventure Time. It did pretty good. And it was basically, people was talking about, Finn was talking about future farming in the earliest seasons of Adventure Time. And it was from a game called it was from a book in the show Adventure Time called Mind Games. And it's from JT Dog Zone, right? And Jake the dog is like, yo, bro, you should probably not read that because it will fuck your shit up. That's essentially how I feel about these people right now, that they're reading into the mind games, aka the red pill podcasters, and they're blowing their lives up. Because at the end of all of Adventure Time, Finn is still single. Yes, we've learned some things in the new Fiona and Cake, which, by the way, epic. I'll be going live probably tonight, maybe. I don't know how I feel later. Anyway, but regardless, he is alone because he blew up relationship after relationship after relationship. He shit on people. He shit on those princesses and he tried to get with Flame Princess when she was at her lowest. He was stringing princesses along by getting kisses from him, and got to a point where LSP took it too far and essentially might have assaulted him. You know what I'm saying? Or at least took him much farther than he was ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this is not the path, and you're hurting people. You're hurting people who you're not even intending to hurt. And then you're opening up the door to throw more hate at those people that you weren't even talking about. So I'm reading stories today. Me and Slap are going to read stories today on men who completely blew their fucking lives up and now want things to go back to normal. And that's what we're going to do. This time though, because I am just so low energy, is Slap's gonna read 2 stories and then I'm gonna read 1. So with that, go ahead, Slap. Go ahead for your first one.
I just want to say I don't think the whole lonely men thing is anything new. Men have been fucking up their own lives for forever, and being alone when they die forever. I feel like loneliness is a human thing that just you're probably going to get more lonely as you get older. Like you're going to lose friends, you're going to have kids, and those kids are going to move off.
Or is it more of a trend that men experience that midlife crisis and they want the attention of like the young women's or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And so they still, even without these red pill podcasters and things, they all, a great many of them fall down this rabbit hole of believing that they're worth more because, you know, they're men, whereas their wives or girlfriends or whatever lose like appeal because they're old, because, you know, that's like a thing that men think we give a shit about, is like, oh, you're old now. Yeah, so are you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder if that's like part of the what is it called, the midlife crisis, where they buy a new car and get a hot new girlfriend, like shit. Is that the same thing? Or
I feel like that's just one of the original causes of this. That's caused from the nuclear family propaganda type shit that they started marketing towards. You know, everyone has to get married and have kids and have a house and have a car. That was just to sell more houses and cars to everybody. Everybody was living communally on farms and small towns and shit before industrialization and all that started. And all that was just to get people to buy their own shit and not share things.
but it is still the mental pathway though to
Right.
to say like they're gonna have a midlife crisis. They're gonna be like, let me just uproot my life, because a lot of those people bought into the societal need for the nuclear family, which leads them to, got it, the midlife crisis. So maybe
Yeah,
it
because all
is
the
all the same
advertisements,
thing. It's just repackaged.
yeah, all the advertisements are always going to continue to be the young wife and the successful business guy. That's the way you want to live. So once you have the wife and you're both getting older, what is there to look forward to? All you're seeing is young wife, kids. So they want to start over.
Mm, that's so crazy, man. But let's get into it.
Let's see. This story is from Two Off My Chest. It's called I Regret Leaving My Wife for My Girlfriend. I don't know if I have the right to ask her to take me back. My wife and I separated a year and a half ago. Before that, we were together for 15 years. 15 happy years. We have two.
Oh, happy years, he says.
It was so happy the whole time. Then I cheated. I did everything right and they indicted me.
Oh no.
We have two daughters together, 14 and 12. The last 2 years of our marriage, I thought that we had achieved all we could achieve. See, there it is.
Damn.
Nothing changed, and we knew each other by heart. The pandemic years were hard on me mentally, being stuck at home 24/7. I didn't know that at the time. I thought I was stagnating, and out of my love with my wife, being home made me realize that instead of the truth, that I was depressed because of being home all the time, albeit with her. When I went back to the office after 2 years, I thought my change of humor to the positive was because I wasn't with her, instead of the fact that I could actually go out again. I met Anna, 32 years old. She was one of the new people that we hired. Anna is free and happy, social and high spirited. She took the office by storm. She was the opposite of my shy and calm wife. I remember when I first met my wife, I was the one who asked her out. And the first 2 years into our relationship, she confessed to me that she had liked me for at least a year before I asked her out. With Anna, she was honest and verbal about how she had a crush on me, like an open book. She proposed to me.
One, I feel like I've read this story before, and two, that's messy as fuck, dog.
I think he means like proposition him or something.
I'm not 100% certain. I'm really not. I really think that she was just like, "Ah, have you never been around that bitch at work, like the pick me?" He's just like, "Oh my god, will you marry me? You're so amazing." You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people say that and they think it's like funny. Sometimes it's just kind of cringy. Sometimes it's cute and flattering. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds like she was just one of those. I feel like that's what that was. And like, I don't know, like when people, I don't know, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm all weird.
Okay. I told her that I was married, and she said, we only live once. And she wanted to tell me how she felt, no matter if I reciprocated or not.
Okay, so she did say Mary. Okay, okay, okay.
I felt strongly for her. I confessed to my wife that I was out of love with her. Goddamn.
What an asshole. What, how old is he? Because I don't think he told us. A year and a half ago, they were together for 15 years.
I
14 and 12.
They could be between 30 and 50.
Yeah. I would say, I'm thinking like mid 30s, if I'm being honest with you. Like maybe almost 40, maybe early 40s, maybe. It gives Gen Xer. There you go.
He legit came home and was like, this girl at work likes me, so I'm leaving you now.
Because, you know, that's not flimsier than a stick.
Oh, he'll find out though.
You gonna learn today.
You'll learn today. She asked me if there was someone else, and I said yes. That was enough for her not to try to dissuade me. I knew that she was hurt and suffering in secret, and I never tried to console her because I didn't want her to know that I knew how much she was hurting. Her pride has always been her dearest possession. I moved out a week later to Anna. I thought that what I was going to be over the moon, but now something was missing even when I was happy. I thought it was me missing my children in my house. I was used to being with my daughters every day, and now I only see them half of the time.
I swear, such short-term fucking short-term decisions.
I thought it was my daughters crying and not speaking to me that hurt me. I thought it was the disappointment in their eyes that disturbed my sleep at night. But it wasn't. I didn't give a fuck about my daughters.
Oh,
That's not what he said. I don't care when my daughters cry. Fuck them. I'm with Anna. She kept my image whole and always spoke to them about how I loved them and how good a father I was. I knew she was hurting and I could see her missing me, but she never once lost her dignity. It was around Christmas when it hit me how much I really lost. Anna had surprised me with a trip to a warm destination because I was feeling down, and this would be the first time I wouldn't celebrate with my daughters who chose to be with their mother. Anna always understood that my blueness was because I missed my girls all the time, and she tried everything to cheer me up. The night before we took our trip, I dropped by my wife to leave my daughter's presents. My wife opened the door, and she just looked so serene. I lost my balance on a patch of ice, and she just said, oops, and ran towards me to help with the gifts. I caught a whiff of her smell, and that's when it all hit me. I did miss I missed her warmth, her voice, her calmness, her wit, and most of all, her smell. Stop. Oh, her smell.
I'm sorry, okay.
When I buried my face in her hair and neck on Saturdays when we could sleep in, I
short-term thoughts.
I knew that I never really stopped loving her. She wasn't the reason I went through a dark period. She was the only light that pushed me forward. I have always missed her. I've tried to explain it away because I have this new brilliant girlfriend who's so different and is teaching me how to be excited again. What? What, sir? Every time my wife's face is the first thing I think of when I woke up in the morning and looked at the person next to me. And every time Anna kissed me and I closed my eyes to try and imagine my wife's smell. This guy loves a good smell. I pushed these thoughts away because I thought of how miserable my life had been in those pandemic years. My wife was putting up the Christmas tree and I asked her if I could stay for a beer. And she said yes. I started crying in our kitchen. And when she asked, I told her that I was missing the girls and how strange it was not to celebrate with them. She comforted me and told me that everything would be okay and to have a nice trip. Change is never easy, even if we wanted it. She was like, "Aw, get the fuck out of here."
Bro, for real.
Why the fuck you crying in my kitchen, bitch? You wanted to leave. Now, another Christmas is approaching. Anna has booked a new adventure for Christmas, and I didn't even protest. For the last year, picking the children up or dropping them off has been what I look forward to just to see my wife's face. I have noticed how she's become happier and more in terms with the changes, and I envy her. I wish I could just tell her how I feel, but I don't want to disturb her healing when she's come so far. I love her like I never loved her before, and I don't deserve a moment more of her life after what I did.
I had something to say and totally forgot what I was gonna say. Like, um, I don't know. I'm just like, it's a little annoying to me that like he literally was thinking with his dick, like instead of, oh yeah, I remember. So instead of just going to therapy, he just decided to explode his wife. Explode, if you've been watching Harley Quinn lately, like I have. He just chose to explode his wife, explode his wife's, explode his life. My bad. not
Good
explode
homie.
his wife. No, but seriously, he chose to explode his life instead of just going the fuck to therapy. Just like all those fucking idiots on the internet right now who are solely blaming black women for the actions of heinous animals. And you can't tell me that they're not fucking animalistic. Someone tried to bite a woman's face off, bro. Like, I'm just so done. And then in the comments, you see any comments you want?
Yeah. People really throw everything away for a thrill and then realize it wasn't what they thought it was. Sometime it be like that. This post is all over the place, to be honest. He left his wife for his mistress, and now he wants his wife back. Lord, he wants his life back, not just his wife.
Truly.
It's fucking dumbass. I had to be in the house for a year, and nah, dog. That is the dumbest reasoning to leave your fucking kids and wife.
It's just like, I don't know. When you do things like, you know how I overplan sometimes, but if a curveball comes, like, even though it's mad frustrating, I usually have a pretty decent, like, like, idea, like, how to get around it. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that men just kind of, or some men, I don't know, I'm just gonna say fucking men, y'all. I'm not gonna clarify my fucking self this time, but I'm just wondering though, do men just lack that? Do some men just lack that? Like, I don't know, like, I guess some people lack that too. So I mean, like, everybody else I'm calling people. Like, do you think that far ahead? Sometimes I feel like I have to pencil things out for you, but like,
I mean, yeah, you do. It's kind of, I don't know.
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
this is a conversation of like actions and consequences that we've been trying to instill in our son. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I don't know. I do think things ahead and I make plans for stuff. But if something like my response to trauma and like extreme stress is running away, just getting away from it. That's my first reflex. And so it is hard to stop and actually figure out how to just solve the problem instead of just getting away from it. And I feel like that's I don't know, pretty common response to things for people.
So you're saying it's like fight or flight, but like on
Right.
steroids, or it's on testosterone.
But I feel like men in particular, that's pretty much always available. Like women usually cannot do that when there's kids. Like they're going to be stuck with the kids because our legal system is cool. Women know that. And so they have to actually find a way through stuff instead of just saying fuck this and running.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Don't mind me. I'ma just get my vanity. Baby, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Anyway, I didn't remember all the words to that. But anyway, I just think that's like so, it just, there's so many stories like that, and it's just mad frustrating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, I don't know. I don't know what I want to say. I'm going to read y'all this story. It's called I, 28 male, don't know how to tell my wife, 24 female, that I cheated on her while she had postpartum depression. I'm just going to jump right in because holy fuck, this dude has the fucking nerve, and I'm so over men at this point. I just wish they would stop ruining people's lives. Like I hate to feel like I feel so like I don't feel like I'm not trying to be mean. You know what I'm saying? I know that there are good men out there. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm married to a good man, but holy fuck, it is absolutely insane to me. The huge majority, or not huge majority, it is just so common for this type of dude to exist, I guess. I don't know how else to say it, but I hope y'all realize though, I am not like hating on all men. I'm not just suddenly going to be like anti-man, you know what I'm saying? But I am fucking tired, and I'm gonna talk about how fucking sick I am of y'all's bullshit on my podcast. Okay, I'm sorry in advance if you're offended by this. Though I would say a kick dog or holler. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right, like that whole you just hate all men. Like, no, just because people are talking shit about men doesn't mean they hate all men. I'll talk shit about men because men are fucking trash most of the time. It's literally just talking about things that people do. And when a lot of people do a thing as a group, people are going to talk about
A
it.
lot.
And people are going to side eye you and not want to trust you fully. And that's how it is. Like, you know, other men are shitty. Every man knows other men are shitty. Otherwise, they wouldn't be like, oh, we got to protect women from other men. They don't say from other men. They just say they're going to protect women.
It's like when you have those sayings, it's like jack of all trades, right? But a master of none. But it's also like there's also like more to that. Or what's another one like the cat? What is it? Okay, so I don't know what this is called, but I always thought they were just like euphemisms. Is that the right word for that? I'm not sure. Anyway, so it's kind of like what did you say again, baby? You said something.
What?
About men.
Oh, how they always say they got to protect women, but like
from men. They never say the whole quote. Never
say from men.
Right, they never say the whole quote, but that reminds me of those like fucking euphemisms or phrases, or you know, like philosophy like tidbits. What do they call these anyway? So it says a jack of all trades is a master of none. And people, like, I always tell people I'm a jack of all trades. I kind of dabble in a little bit of everything because I like to know a little bit about everything, right? Well, some dude one time at my last job was like, yeah, a jack of all trades is a master of none. And then I fucking finished it. And I was like, but oftentimes better than a master of one, bitch. Fuck yourself. Anyway, but the whole quote is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Just like the quote, just like the phrasing, not all you men need to be protectors from men. You know what I'm saying? Like, they never say the whole thing. And I just find y'all, the ones who do that, just absolutely offensive. Just saying. I hate using blanket statements. I'm starting to realize it's hard for me to do a blanket statement. Anyway, all right. So I have this story. Let me see here. I know I'm a piece of shit. Good. And I don't deserve my wife and our two beautiful sons. At least you know. I know that by telling her this will be the end of our marriage. She will not forgive me. There will be no talking through it. She will tell me to pack my bags and leave immediately. I can't live with the guilt of not telling her, but I can't live without her. It's so funny how you come to this realization after you've already done the thing, but okay. I don't know what to do. Basically, my wife and I always wanted a traditional family. I would go to work and she would stay home with the kids. We both always wanted a large family, a house in the burbs, a dog, the whole thing. We got married when she was 19 and I was 23. Suspicious. She got pregnant right away, and our first son was born 9 months to the day after our wedding. He was such an easy, happy baby, and we were all so happy. My wife was super passionate about cooking, arts and crafts, and home decor. Our home was always spotless despite having a baby and a dog. We had a great marriage and a healthy relationship. A healthy sex life. Sex! Okay, we were both naive.
Whoa. Hey.
Calm down.
Don't say that.
Calm down.
Okay. That's a bad word.
We were both naive enough to think that being parents was always going to be easy. We started trying for another as soon as the doctor cleared us. It took like 8 months for her to get pregnant, which stressed her out a lot because she got pregnant so easily with our first. This pregnancy was different. She had no energy. She gained a lot of weight and was unrecognizable. I will say, even without reading whatever heinous shit I know is about to fall out of his fingers, because he was typing, um, every pregnancy is different. So just because one was good, it might not have been another. You hear people say it all the time. If my like the last one's always like horrific and they don't want to have kids after that, right? But they always say if the first one had been horrific, I'd only have one child. You know what I'm saying? Every pregnancy is different. Anyway, so
Would you
she
say every pregnancy gets worse?
no, because I'd say that I held our daughter a lot longer. No, actually, Charles, our son, came a little later, but his birth was easier. But Rose's birth, well, I'd say I'd hold fast to every baby is different and every pregnancy is different because with our daughter, even though the pregnancy itself was pretty, you know, was pretty mediocre, you know what I'm saying? The carrying and I would say it was mad tiresome, you know what I'm saying? But overall was a very easy experience, even though I was pure misery because, how I am about children and being pregnant and like I wasn't ready really, but anyway, um our son, I'd say I was significantly much more tired, but the actual birth was very fast. Whereas we had to walk out our daughter. I didn't have to do that with our son. You know what I'm saying? And when I say walk out for people who may not be baby inclined, is even though I was dilated, my daughter wasn't down enough. And so they were like, you need to have sex. You need to do this, that, and the third to help move the baby down, which is basically just making your like uterine muscles like contract so that it could kind of like you're starting a car, you know what I'm saying? Because when you orgasm you're like contracting, right? So like they were trying to get me to contract. Well, another way to do that is to walk, jump, do stretches, like yoga, stuff like that. Well, I walked from one end of the hospital to the other for literally the entire day, and it was miserable. And finally my water broke and it was pretty smooth sailing after that. But anyway, I would just say each one, and it's not necessarily easier. If anything, I'd say it's harder because your body is tired. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. It said this pregnancy was different. She had no energy. She gained a lot of weight and was unrecognizable. With our first son, she only had a small bump, and you didn't even know if she was pregnant if you saw her from behind or if she was wearing an oversized shirt. With this pregnancy, she blew up like a balloon. Her face and feet were swollen, and I sound like an asshole for saying this, but she looked like a monster. We didn't have sex for the entire pregnancy. Sometimes she would try to initiate, but I always turned her down because I was repulsed by her. She had a difficult birth, and our son was born with some health issues, relatively minor, thankfully, but enough to give us a scare. My wife blamed herself for our son's issues, and in the heat of the moment, I told her that if she had been more active during pregnancy, then our son probably would have been fine. Wow. 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 Y'all are wow. She just kept sinking further and further into depression. Oh
Oh my
yeah.
god, why?
Wow.
You were
How
so nice to her.
shocking. She stopped brushing her hair and it started to mat. Oh my, that poor baby. I would come home from work at 5 to find our older son still in pajamas. The dirty dishes were piled a mile high in the sink. She stopped showering regularly and she refused to go on a jog to lose the baby weight, even though I tried to encourage her by saying I'd cook dinner.
Hey, if you go jog, I'll fucking do what I should have been doing this whole time.
Right, Jesus. Our son's physically our son's physical needs were being met, but emotionally she was checked out. I started fantasizing about being single and not having a wife or kids. I started to go to the gym and the bar after work instead of going home. I met Cassidy, 19. I, she, how old was she? 19. She was 19 when they got married. You fucking asshole. God damn. At the gym, and we really hit it off. She was vocal about never wanting kids. It was already a pretty much age gap red flag situation, and now it's 100% an age gap red flag relationship. You fucking asshole. God damn you.
Yeah, and they got married when she was 19. Like,
Right. So they were definitely
when they
together.
actually
Right.
met.
Right. Ugh, disgusting. Anyway. So she was vocal about never wanting kids, and I would complain about my wife to her, and she would pile on to, so you let this new bitch talk shit about your wife, even if you are emotionally checked out, I guess, like that's still your wife. I don't care how checked out I am. I'm not going to let you talk shit about someone. You know what I mean? Like, I defended my ex even though I should not have. You know what I'm saying? But I was so checked out. I've admitted, my wrongdoings that I did, you know what I'm saying? And I still would stick up for him even though he was hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Would you do that?
No.
I would never let anybody talk about y'all like that. Jesus. I even stuck up for your dad for the longest time, but shit. Anyway. So she was piling on to his wife too. I was happy at the time because I wanted someone to validate me for being such an asshole, but looking back, I'm disgusted. Pretty soon, Cassidy and I were dating, and I was having a whole separate life behind my wife's back. After a few months, my wife slowly started to return to her old self. She started taking more pride in her appearance and started cooking from scratch again instead of ordering takeout or frozen food. Our home was clean again, and our younger son's health issues were improving. I fell in love with her all over again. I am just kind of like, you check the fuck out and you stop fucking nagging her all the time, and she finally had a chance to fucking.
You were off with the 19-year-old, leaving her alone, not constantly being like, babe, go for a jog. Hun, why aren't the dishes done? Why aren't you doing all the cooking and everything?
Right. How much you want to bet that once he, like, maybe he had like a paternal leave moment, you know what I'm saying? And then as soon as he went the fuck back to work, like, she got better. I would like to know if that's true. Anyway, so I fell in love with her all over again, his wife. I started to realize that Cassidy wasn't as exciting and interesting as I thought she was. She was actually quite dull and stupid and had no real opinions or interests outside of partying and TikTok. So she's vapid. Is that what you're saying? Also, I like how I'm saying that, knowing that I have like all my success from TikTok. Anyway, but I started to suspect that she didn't actually like me either and was just flattered by the attention of a married man. And I stupidly enabled it by making her feel special and better than my wife.
That's crazy.
Right.
He dated a 19-year-old and she was 19? What a shocker.
And she was 19.
Wow. Most 19-year-olds have so much going on in their life.
Well, I mean, look at his track record. The last 19-year-old he was with was a wife material or something, but I guess was too much wife material because he didn't like her anymore. I don't know.
Well, she stopped being his nanny. So,
well, he stopped showing up so she could. God damn. Anyway, but seriously, real talk though, definitely once he stopped showing up and making her mother him, I'm sure that's when she started getting better. But anyway, all in. I ended things with Cassidy a few months later, and she didn't even care. All in, I was cheating on my wife for about over a year. My wife has recently started asking to try for a third baby, and all the guilt just hit me all at once. I feel paralyzed. I have nightmares that she finds out from someone else, and I've stopped eating and sleeping. All because she just mentioned having a baby?
Yeah,
I'm
because
starting.
she's still being a great wife and like, let's have a big family.
Right. I know I'm an asshole. I know I don't deserve her, but I don't know how to tell her without breaking her. She's amazing and she never deserved it. So the meme comes to mind from Steven Universe. First step, think of something you want to say. Second step, tell them. Like, tell them the truth. All right. So update. I, 28 male, don't know how to tell my wife, 24 female, that I cheated on her while she had postpartum. All right, I didn't really expect my last post to blow up so much and even reach TikTok. Lol, the fact that he was talking shit about TikTok and then he ended up on there. Oh, I'm just going to post an update.
How do you know he got on TikTok though?
What?
What if
what
you
if
talking shit, but you're on there?
Yo, what if his like ex like fling? What if Cassidy was like, yo, this you, bro? This you, bro?
Use
like,
your real name.
Yo, and like also what if he used a name that was really similar to their name? Because remember that one time where the OP said something that was like his name was like Jeff and she called him like Tef, or it was something stupid like Steph or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just oof. Anyway, so I'm gonna post an update and then I'll probably delete this account. Hey, he didn't.
Yeah, he did not delete the account.
He did not. He just logged out. What if he's like so non-tech? No, like what if he's like so social media inept that he didn't even know how to delete it? He just logged the fuck out.
He closed the browser. Like, delete it. Close.
There's no way, because they seem like they're about the same age as us. No, yeah, it's only 6 months ago.
They're early 20s.
Huh?
He was like 24 or something.
Oh, right? He's 28. And this was only posted 6 months ago. No. Anyway. Holy shit, dude. Man, why is he acting like an old man then? Is this how he thinks 28-year-olds are supposed to act like? He started cheating when he was like 25, 26, 27. That's too early to even be getting tired of your partners. Oh my gosh.
People start cheating a week in. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, man. The Panorama really did do a number on like everybody. I bet, you know what, I would say that it did age us a lot. I feel like made a lot of people realize a lot of things about themselves. Yeah, all right, so he said he was going to delete the account, but he severely failed in doing that. As per somebody's advice, I took the day off work, dropped our 2 sons off at their grandparents' house, and sat my wife down. I came fully clean. I made no excuses. I told her I didn't expect forgiveness and that she had every right to say or do whatever she wanted. She didn't respond for a while, but then very softly and quietly told me that she wanted me out of the house the next day and that we were done. She didn't scream or cry or show any emotion, and I asked her if she wanted to say anything else, and she said no. I told her I was sorry, and she said she didn't want to hear it. We sat in silence for what felt like forever while she stared blankly into space. When our sons came home, seeing how expertly she was able to put on a brave face and not let them know anything was wrong broke my heart. It hit me like a ton of bricks. She was used to doing this, and it was all my fault. I slept in the guest room that night, but didn't get much sleep. The next morning, our older son asked me why mommy was crying again last night, you fucking asshole, and he wanted to cheer her up. My wife refuses to speak to me, look at me, or acknowledge me in any way. I heard her on the phone to her best friend who lives in another country. She told her that she thought she had found a good one and that she was going to break the mold or break the cycle. Her grandfather walked out and left her grandma with nothing. Her dad walked out and left her mom with nothing. I'm a piece of shit, just like every other man in her life. Did you know that before you went and cheated? I wonder.
Did he really know much about her at all?
Yo, she was 19, bro. She had a body. She had the correct holes.
She was calm and shy.
She had all of her holes. Yeah. God, what a fucking asshole. Anyway, I left today and she didn't even look at me or anything. You don't deserve her eye contact. She just continued watching TV and crocheting as if nothing was happening. I'm staying at my parents' house and they are disgusted with me. My mom cried when I told her they love me. They love my wife like their own daughter, and I let everyone down. I deserve everything coming my way. Well, congrats. You left your wife and your sons. Oh, hold on. Well, congrats. You lost your wife and will see your sons 50% of the time at best. I'm staying at my parents' house and they are disgusted with me. Are they supposed to congratulate you? My mom cried when I told her. Poor woman thinks that she messed up for her son to cheat on his wife while she had postpartum depression. You destroyed your wife, your parents, and your kids with your cheating, and I hope that Cassidy was worth it. Yo, yo.
You already know she wasn't, because he left her and then felt bad, and she was just like, whatever, old man.
But also, like, I hope he realizes that she was so checked out because she had been checked out the whole time, but she didn't realize why she was checked out. She was doing everything by herself. Yo, yeah, like she did everything by herself the whole time because you were out running around. Like, it's very, very obvious that she is just gonna keep doing what she's gonna do. And I feel like she knows that she about to get fucking paid too, bro. You know what I'm saying? That she literally has your ass on a stretcher. She can literally ask for anything and you'd probably give it to her because you're a piece of garbage and you know it. You know? I'm whatever. Anyway, go ahead, baby.
I'm not trying to get too heated with it. Low energy, low energy. All right. Got a couple little short thingies. Let's see. Here's one that's just people asking, do you regret cheating? You swore a vow and you broke it. Do you regret cheating or do you only regret getting caught? Someone commented, I'm certain that there are some who cheat, get caught, and regret it and really do reform. I have a shitty, tragic story. My brother-in-law knocked up, wait, okay. I have a shitty, tragic story. I had a brother-in-law who knocked up my sister-in-law right out of high school. They did the right thing and got married. Surprise, surprise, he was cheating and he came home with a nice case of BD, which he thoughtfully gave to his wife.
Holy shit. And also, why is it the right thing to marry? I'm just.
Because God wants it.
All right.
Busted. For reasons no one understood, they stuck together. She claimed to forgive him, but as you'll see from the rest of the story, she never really did forgive him. And she set about punishing him for his indiscretion for about the next 20 years or so. She was a bitch to him in every way she could be, at every opportunity she could. She undercut his authority and opinions every chance that she got, belittled him whenever she could. Throughout all this, he steadily busted his ass to provide for her and the kids, and he took the abuse knowing that it was his penance. That guy came from pretty much total trash and had a lot of family members strung out in jail, etc. But he cleaned himself up and got his shit straight. He grew so much and he became a good man. Then, after about 20 years, his wife kind of started to see that he'd actually grown. And for the next 4 years, they made little steps towards having their life and marriage the way it could have been the whole time if he hadn't fucked up. Then, totally out of the blue, he died a heart attack at age 46.
Oh shit. Holy shit. I was literally just thinking, like, that's too much energy, man. But then, damn.
I don't know, it seems like a little bit of apologia for shitty dudes because they could get better. They could try harder and make it up. Just don't do it in the first place. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have no sympathy for a cheater like that.
Mm. Mm.
All right, and let's finish it up with a little palate cleanser. Um, I cheated and I regret it so much. I had cheated on the woman I was dating for about a year and a half. I'm not going to make excuses. It was a really stupid thing to do. I broke her heart and it felt so horrible when she found out. One of her friends told her since word had got around and she broke up with me.
How did word get around? You was being messy?
Yeah,
Like,
just out in public, probably.
just
Didn't give a fuck.
disgusting. Ugh.
That was about 6 months ago. I haven't been dating at all. Despite it being my fault, my heart still hurts. I truly fucked up such a good thing. Obviously, I didn't deserve her, but I still miss her. I was feeling bad last night, and when I had a few drinks by myself, I was going through pictures of her on my phone. And for some stupid reason, I decided to send her a pic of us with a text saying, I miss this. I didn't expect a reply, thinking I was still blocked.
What the fuck, man? Ugh. Well, at least now we know when men are texting us, usually they're probably drunk or something, and they have the courage to try and reach out to us. You fucking weak motherfucker, because you can't even say it to my fucking face with a sober heart. Fucking drunk ass. Like, and it's coming from a woman who likes to drink a lot. You're drunk? Fucking what?
Yeah, I gotta like stop by the liquor store and drink a pint before I could text you that I'm coming home.
Oh my god, but there's people who really do that shit. You know, there's people who, like, I mean, in different ways though, like, oh, I don't want to eat my wife's casserole every Wednesday for the last 30 years. I'm just gonna eat some Chipotle. I'm just gonna get some Chipotle on the way home. I'm just gonna grab a beer so I can, take the edge off before I go to my naggy fucking wife. People do that shit. It's horrifying.
Sadly, I know that's true.
Remember when we went to brunch that time and it was just like a surprise, like just you and me, and then we saw all those like old men.
Yeah, there's a lot of just old men going to brunch all by themselves, where they got a little brunch buddy.
Oh, I bet you they go play golf or some shit.
Imagine hobbies.
What is this? What is this? This? What is this? We're trying to make a career. But no, yeah, I just thought that shit was funny. Anyway, go ahead.
She did reply, and my heart jumped. But when I looked at it, my heart sunk. I was crushed. Fuck, she got me good. The text said, I don't. But the pic was some man's erect peepee. It was
Say it. Read it.
the text said, I don't, but the pic was some man's erect dock. And it was her hand touching it.
Oh my god. Oh, fuck.
That hurt so much. I know I probably deserved it. I told some friends about it, trying to share my feelings, but they all laughed at me.
Oh, now you want to have feelings as a dude? All right.
Like it was a big old funny joke.
Grow
It
up,
is.
dog. Grow up.
The fucking Wicked Witch in the West. No, yeah, that was hilarious. You fucked up. You cheated on the most hilarious woman.
You fucking missed out, man.
I guess I could see the humor if it wasn't me. She got me good though. I won't bother her anymore from now on. Good, stupid.
Right, like GG boy. Holy jeez, I can't even with y'all. Anyway, fucking done. I'm fucking done. I can't. There is no probably deserved it. You absolutely 100% deserved it. Use it as a lesson to do better, be better, leave her alone. She's obviously better off without you. Find a way to be better than you were before and quit feeling sorry for yourself. Yeah, it's going to be the first and last time I text her. You should have. It's so crazy, man. You set yourself up for failure by cheating. You cheated on this person that you were supposed to be like so in love with, who was good for you, and then you you got caught. She left your ass behind, and then you set yourself up for failure again by texting her, oh my god, I miss us, glug glug glug. And then she was like, man, fuck you, yo, it's dick, you miss this dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, look, here comes a consequence. Look, here comes a consequence. It's chasing me right now. It's like the one-eyed snake is looking at you right now. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't get how in all these stories they just like didn't see it coming, or like when dudes get divorced and their wife like files on them and they're like, I didn't even know, I thought we were great. Oh,
it
like,
is a little, it is more than a little concerning that there are so many stories of men who either just don't think about the consequences, right? Or the fact that they didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was the wife stepping out or whether it was him stepping out and her eventually, like what the aftermath could be of him stepping out. You know what I'm saying? It is a little more than wild to me that they didn't have like a next step.
I just did that TikTok and it was about how dudes just kind of at a certain age, it's different for every dude, but they all kind of just live in that mindset the rest of their life. They could be like in the 12-year-old mindset until they're 40. And 12-year-olds do not think about the future at all. Like, I hope our kids figure that out sooner than that.
I definitely was thinking about the future.
Yeah, like they say girls mature faster. That's what they mean. Like mentally and physically. Girls have to become mentally prepared for shit way before dudes do. And a lot of dudes never do. They just kind of live their life doing what they want until it doesn't work and then they're shocked.
Shocked Pikachu face.
Exactly.
It is a little concerning though, like not even just that, is like you know, like I said, I find it really uncomfortable to make these like this level of blanket statement, you know what I'm saying? But it is a little more than concerning that there's such a large demographic of people who think just like this. You know, like it's like I can't even think about that. Like I can't even just make a single decision. Like my brain does not let me. It is like you remember we recently got our son like evaluated because we just want to make sure that we're on top of whatever's going on. It turns out he is not autistic, but he is ADHD, and which is what we fucking told him in the first place, but whatever, I digress. Anyway, basically they were saying that it's hard for him. It's called executive dysfunction or some sort of dysfunction, and it's hard for him to get started and finish doing multiple tasks. And I'm the opposite. Like I over plan the task. Like I know each little tiny thing and what it will take, and I execute them, and it freaks me out because then I start overdoing that, and that's like where my problem lies. Anyway, but like it's like this is something that I feel like it's like brushing your teeth can be daunting, right? But fucking cheating on your spouse, so that means to me like it's just so crazy because when you cheat, you will implode your life. You know what I'm saying? Like there you're hurting someone, you're hurting your partner, you're hurting your spouse. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times your spouse is gonna fucking leave you, which means that you have to fucking leave. You have to file for divorce. You have to pay for all those fees and lawyers and court fees and the documents themselves. And you have to like go, you have to wait a lot of time, you have to go to the meetings and all the other shit, you have to spend time away from work, you have to spend time away from whatever family you might have had with this person. Then you have to buy your own place, you have to make sure you have things set up for your children for when they come to you. You know what I'm saying?
In this
Like
economy,
I'm just saying, like it doesn't matter where you're going to live with your parents. So say you move in with your parents, then you still have to accommodate for time with your children and picking them up and taking off of work and all those other things. How are these people not understanding? Like you took all these steps to be sneaky, to cheat, but you can't take the same mental energy to fucking realize what this could mean for your future. Just like all those fucking black dudes who keep saying that they think that black women deserve it because we run our mouths too much. I saw a dude being like, listen, I hear y'all, but can y'all stop cussing so much? Listen, you simple motherfucker. I will use all the cuss words I fucking want to. They're sentence enhancers. And it's supposed to be a sign of intellect for people to even use them properly. I make up shit on the spot and people understand what the fuck I'm talking about. If you can't fucking get past me saying fuck you, then I don't know what to tell you. Like
tell them fuck you.
It's just like, well, you don't gotta be good to me. It's the same thing. Y'all are all just disgusting. And when I say all, once again, I know I said I wouldn't clarify this whole episode, and I know I have been, but I'm talking about every single man who has the same fucking mentality as this. Why are y'all all like this? Why do y'all hurt so many people instead of just doing the right thing? And I know that there are people out there, good people, but y'all are just fucking terrifying. God, please go live on a fucking island, Gilligan. Shit. Anyway, I'm done raging. I was gonna go live and watch Fiona and Cake, but maybe I'll just wait till tomorrow. My head hurts. Anyway,
Relax.
I know.
I'll have a good weekend.
I love you guys.